In this video, I want to review the active actions after a breakup that can speed up ignoring, or on the contrary, even slow it down. The first is a missed call. The man in the chat who got rid of her is digging around for some reason and then accidentally dials her. Here's how this can affect ignoring. Let me explain. If little time has passed since the breakup, if the ex has a new relationship, if she doesn't write after that, doesn't call, doesn't answer anything, then this will most likely play into the minus rather than the plus. Well, the girl just thinks, yeah, she remembers. But there are situations when this can even be beneficial. That is, if several months have passed, if at least a little ignoring has caught her, then the missed call turns into such an interesting puzzle, like what did he call, what did he want, what doesn't he write, or maybe I should write. And it happens that a woman initially does not give some kind of lightning reaction to a missed call. But nevertheless, it takes her out of the state of this emotional balance, makes her think. Therefore, the effect of a random call, it is not always predictable. There is another provocation, which I once talked about in closed materials. This is an anonymous gift. Well, you don't sign it from whom, right? And the woman begins to rack her brains. Who gave it? This can be called a positive provocation. In practice, we generally use to alternate positive and negative provocations. It seems to work that way. But for a long time now, I have not really recommended provocations at all in consultations, because there are more important things that we need to discuss. Here is the most popular and most unsuccessful provocation, which is invented by men themselves, is the publication of photographs that emphasize, shout about, look how good I feel. This is a very childish reaction. When a boy hits himself and says with tears in his eyes, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt, right? Listen, this is not serious. I mean, the woman saw a month ago how much you were worried. So for at least 2 months, under no circumstances, or even 3, you don't need to publish such photos. The next provocation is publishing a photo from some place that is significant for you. This is a place where you were together, which evokes many associations, many vivid flashbacks. Again, the ex starts to rack her brains. Yes, and what is this a signal for me? Or maybe he dragged another woman there. The scoundrel dragged. That is, the most effective provocations are actions that cannot be interpreted unambiguously. There are many different options, from positive to the worst. Yes, this is cool. It really works great. But the mistake is that the man uses up all the potential of the provocation at the very beginning of ignoring, and this means that the response to them will not be strong, not as strong as it could have been if he had done it later. So, well, ideally, you generally need to wait 5 months, and during this time they may even let you go, and you will not want to do any of this. It happens when a man tries to get his ex to be jealous. That is, he posts a photo there with another woman. What kind of consequences can there be here? Unpredictable. That is, the range of probable consequences is very wide. Woman can really cover. She will start monitoring, thinking, and a little later even break down. Yes, this happens in practice, and there is also the opposite effect. She begins to endure, try to forget, switch, or wait until this new relationship ends. That is, it can even prolong the ignore. What else do men do? Sometimes they try to disappear from all social networks so that the ex has questions. Doing this right after a breakup is definitely not worth it. It will look like you are sad as hell. You are sitting by the window, looking at the moon and deleting your profile to a sad song. Therefore, if for some reason you want to do this, well, wait at least 3 months. Another provocation that can be done. Apply after 5, 6, or 8 months. You can simply change the privacy settings in WhatsApp and close your photo. Close the login time. That is, we simulate as if the ex is on the blacklist. She may become curious, like, that it was he who blocked me or something, and this will provoke her to write. That's when she understands that it is not chiz. But her interest, yes, she has already shown it, then the situation is not very convenient. That is, the trick is that there is strength to resist in ignoring when a person has not yet burned his feelings and his interest. But if it becomes obvious, then it becomes very difficult to resist. There is one non-obvious but very unpleasant mistake that I myself made in my youth out of inexperience. What is it? I had it, and I already had the tools on the basis of which I can lower the significance of a person. This is a purely technical point, and it was enough for me, well, a maximum of 2.5 months, to get from high peaks of emotions, yes, to bring myself to a position where I already live normally, there are no obsessive thoughts, I restored the work of my hormonal system, everything is great, everything is good. But suddenly a very powerful, very bright ping comes. And even it was not alone within the framework of one day, we immediately increase what is happening. Dopamine increases, that is, the reward is close. All that remains is to stretch out the handle. All that remains is to wait literally a few days. You relax, you begin to anticipate how it will be. That is, at this moment the man is like an athlete, a marathon runner, let's say, who has broken away from everyone else and is greeting the spectators before the finish line, right? He has already won. Suddenly, someone overtakes him. Something similar happened here. I relaxed. That's it. That's it. Victory is already in the bag. Yes, then silence. It starts to harshly, really harshly bed you. Because of this, so you need to be prepared for this and not treat pings as if tomorrow there will already be a result. No, the first. Bright pings are not the end of ignoring, even the first apologies or hints at this, or words there, let's say, a feeling. You have only gone beyond the middle of ignoring. Yes, there is an effect, but then this can continue for quite a long time. That is, you immediately need to have the attitude that this is such an everyday phenomenon, behind which there is nothing large scale. This is one of the reasons why you should not wait for pings. There is a reason in general, because of which I stopped, through some ping, to close his pain, anxiety and discomfort. Even if it works, the joy will be very short. Then you will again be left alone with your fear. Therefore, in order to gain confidence and peace, serious analytical work is needed so that every word, every action, every phrase of the X was understandable to you. Clear so that any reactions, body movements of the X did not cause a question from, like, what does this mean? Is this good or bad? Yes, but rather they are there to make you smile, because for you it is all predictable, and what is needed for this is to write out key events in the relationship, find an explanation for them. It will be much easier to do this if you study a couple of closed materials on my website. The link is under the video. Follow along.